Hi, this is Black Krishna or BK from manfulwars.com, where I'm promoting polite patriotism to help nice ladies and gents teach kids to look, talk, and feel great. And so many of us can locally discuss and share great online info offline as better people making better places to live. There's a lot of online censorship, there's digital ghettos, people talking to like minds. How do we reach out to confused civilians? See manfulwars.com for more on that. But this video is called Pissed Off Patriots, Confused Civilians. Listen to Edelweiss from The Sound of Music. And I got in the mood today to listen to a couple of Sound of Music songs, and my musical taste is all over the map. I like a lot of hard stuff, a lot of hard rap, a lot of badass stuff. I do like some softer stuff, classical and so on. And I just happen to be in the mood to listen to a song that my dad and my family introduced me to when I was a kid. We watched The Sound of Music, and that amazing Rodgers and Hammerstein score is timeless, and that movie is timeless. And it's also very patriotic in its own way, with the country of Austria trying to resist the occupation by Nazi Germany at the time. And so there's a lot of patriotic elements in that movie and in the music that patriots today can use as well. And the first song I want to hear was Something Good, where the basic melody and lyrics are, nothing comes from nothing, nothing ever could. But somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good. And that's what Captain Von Trapp sings to Julie Andrews' character. I forget her name right now. But Christopher Plummer, the actor, sings it to Julie Andrews, the actress. And it's a song about love, where say, wow, I can't believe you love me. I can't believe you love me. I must have done something good in my life, even if I feel like crap. Even if I've done some crap, I must have done something good to deserve your love. And she sings it to him, he sings it to her, and it's a beautiful song and a beautiful moment. And so you can find that on YouTube as well. But after that, I got in the mood to hear Edelweiss, another classic song. And what I'll do is I'll show you the really, really patriotic scene from The Sound of Music, where the Von Trapp family children, a large family of like 10 kids, mostly younger, but some a little older, are there with Captain Von Trapp, the patriarch of the family, Julie Andrews' character as the nanny who's falling in love with the patriarch of the family, a couple of guests, and they're all supposed to sing. And he usually doesn't sing. Usually you get the kids sing, they like to have fun, they want attention, blah, blah, blah. But the kids get together mischievously. They whisper to Julie Andrews, the nanny character, the de facto mother, because the kid's mother had passed away. And they try and say, Father, you've been chosen. As she goes, you've been chosen to sing. And he goes, well, I haven't done this in a long time. You said you could sing. Oh, it's been a long time. But then he does sing, and he sings Edelweiss. And at the end of the singing that, a little light bulb goes off in his head, telling him to redouble his efforts as a patriot, because singing that patriotic song kind of kicks it in. It's also a beautiful song, and I'm going to go through some of the lyrics to show how they apply today, and more patriots can benefit from that. I'm also going to show you something that I wrote about this on Gab, gab.com, where I have a gab.com account. And I don't like a lot of social media, but I will still post things, and I will still whatever, and I understand it's a valuable resource. And besides, it kicked off Twitter. YouTube's deleted my accounts. They really don't like my polite patriotism angle. You promote polite, which everyone likes. Hey, who can crap on you for saying you should be polite? And as someone who's polite, you're obviously nice, you're not crazy, you're not mean, you're not trying to make anybody feel bad. Then you can share information with meetings with fellow patriots, and then meet and greet tables where you greet people, not just gotcha stuff for the gram or for clicks or likes on the internet, but literally sitting there with posters and flyers and DVDs and sharing them with people, and also distributing them around where you live. So then, instead of just patriots talking to each other with like minds on the internet, you can actually reach out to confused civilians and not just complain about them online. With all due respect, I like online stuff too, and I know people might feel bad. What, you mean leaving random YouTube comments for people out of 1,200 on the site isn't a good thing? It's like, It's fine. It's good, I guess, but there are better uses of your time. Or instead of just talking to like minded people or sharing memes with each other, here, I'll show you what I wrote. So here's my gab.com account, and here is what I wrote on gab.com. I say here, for pissed off patriots trying to reach confused civilians, I suggest locally winning the offline InfoWar. See my ManFoWar site for examples. However, I also recommend another absolute effin' super patriotic and beautiful classic from The Sound of Music, this time with video, Edelweiss. In this age of snarky memes and comments, I double dog dare you, dog, not to instead shed a tear over Captain Von Trapp singing about his love for his country to his children and responsibly raising the next generation of patriots. You can even see as he finishes a light bulb go off in his head, reminding him to double down on his efforts. So I hope you enjoy and it helps yours. Cheers, BK. So there is the Gab account. And below that, there is Christopher Plummer, Edelweiss, The Sound of Music. And what I'll do is I'll share that here now, and hopefully the censor gods don't freak out on me for this, because it is up there with no ads or whatever on YouTube, and I'll put a link to it below. But here is the short 3-minute video, and then we'll get back to analyzing. It's very short. It's a very, very, very short song, but it's also a brilliant and beautiful song by Rodgers and Hammerstein from The Sound of Music.
Children, who should we hear from next? The vote is unanimous. You, Captain.
Me? I don't understand.
Please.
No.
I told it a long time ago. You were quite good.
Well, that was a very, very, very long time ago.
I remember, Father. Play us something we know.
Father?
Well,
Why didn't you tell me?
what?
To bring along my harmonica.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and
white,
clean and bright.
clean and bright. You look happy to meet me.
Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
Anytime you say the word Gayo, you can be part of my new act, the Von Trapp Family Singers.
And that is the classic Christopher Plummer, Edelweiss, The Sound of Music. And you could see there at the end of the song, he kind of had that pissed off patriot look. And then he looks over at his girl, and she sees him going, I can't believe you can sing like that. And I can't believe you're such a badass dude. And then he kind of smiles at her. Yeah, you know how it is, honey. Relax. You're a cute girl. I don't want to put you off or anything. And so she's kind of turned on, and then he smiles and says, I'll turn you on again by being extra nice to a girl and not, mixing it up like that. And it's a beautiful, beautiful song. Now, I'm going to go to the lyrics here that I saw on the internets, and just did a quick search and get them from metrolyrics.com. Edelweiss, the Captain lyrics. And basically, Edelweiss, when you're saying, well, what's an Edelweiss? Edelweiss is it's a small white flower that's native to Austria. So, it's very, very symbolic of Austria and of the country of Austria. And so it's something that that they sing patriotically. Right? It's like if you have this growing where you live, and it's a significant part of your country and your culture and your heritage, and it's a beautiful part of your country and your culture and your heritage, you may want to celebrate that, right? And so this song perfectly celebrates that in a beautiful way. And so it's Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me. So I always see it. I always see these beautiful white flowers in my beloved homeland of Austria. And keep in mind, at this time, the Nazis were beginning to occupy Austria, and many people in Austria feared what the Nazis would do, and feared they would either have to suffer when it comes to Nazi occupation before the real start. This is kind of the early start of World War II, sort of mid-late 30s. And people feared they would either have to live with what the Nazis do to them and their country, or they would have to leave and never be able to see this beautiful flower and other beautiful things that they love in their homeland ever again, right? And so small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me. So describing the flower, small and white, clean and bright, a perfect little God's creation. You look happy to meet me. You look happy to see me. I'm happy to see you. It's so great to be in this country. Isn't it awesome? Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. That means even when it snows, may you keep growing forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Right? And keep in mind, this is written by Rodgers and Hammerstein for the movie. So they were specifically thinking, how do we come up with a patriotic song to represent how Austrians felt, patriotic Austrians felt, at the beginning of the Nazi occupation of Austria, which really kicked off World War II and the Axis and Allies fight. And so, I recommend for people out there, for pissed off patriots and for confused civilians, there's a lot of divide and conquer strategies out there, especially online, where, even if you're, offline, if you're like, well, I'm a goddamn conservative, we shouldn't change a damn thing. And you're like, well, I'm a goddamn liberal, we need to change everything, people aren't happy. And it's like, well, I'm a conservative, I preserve what works to make people happy. And the liberal's like, well, look, people aren't happy, so we need to change something, right? Now, you can type that on the internet, and you can go back and forth, and you can often just talk to people you agree with on the internet. But at the same time, if you were off the internet, if you were offline, then you could have that conversation. Instead of being divided and conquered and partisan and bitter or groupthinky, you could actually say, wait a minute, so we both like people? Yeah. So we both want to make people happy? Yeah. So we both want a better place to live? Yeah. Okay, let's just calm down a bit and let's just discuss, and I can understand your point. You passionately believe in your position and vice versa and so on. And my buddy, a good friend of mine once said, conversations are best when both parties evolve. And so, it's important for pissed off patriots out there to reach out to confused civilians not just bitch about them online. And I'm sorry for all the people that love online. If you're watching this right now, you obviously do, and everybody does these days. But, you know, you got Fight Club versus the Matrix. Guys get together, even if they act sheepish sideways at work and can't say this, can't say that, don't do that, wipe your nose, look at your toes, act silly, sketchy, whatever. Make each other uncomfortable, don't respect each other, can't really talk about what you're supposed to, and definitely can't talk about what you're not supposed to. But if guys get together privately with other men they respect, other red-pilled patriots, they can think, talk, and fight for where they live, right? So that's an option. Or you got The Matrix, also came out in 1999, where people are trapped online, living in retro culture, and basically, can't communicate offline anymore. And that's, some of what's happening today with the social constipation caused by political correctness, trouble talking, and gender neutralization, making it hard for us to act like ladies and gentlemen, straight up guys, graceful feminine girls, confident masculine strength, meeting each other, respecting each other, confirming it, and giving a safe space for feminine vulnerability so people act like they respect each other and can act nice enough to talk. With all of that going on, it's entirely possible that we'll get sucked more and more into the online matrix and have a harder and harder time talking offline. And so this song can certainly help with that. Anyway, so I just thought I'd share that. When it comes to these efforts, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, get in touch with questions, answers, interview requests to work together, or financial support, all greatly appreciated to help grow this channel. And as a final note, I'll sing this song Edelweiss at least one time. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Starting didn't quite pop out, but the tear ducts start when you say that. And so for all you patriots out there, pissed off patriots who confuse civilians, I wish you all the best in terms of keeping what you love when it comes to how people act, and when it comes to where you live, and when it comes to preserving timeless classics like How People Act and Where You Live, and movies and music like that you find with The Sound of Music for yourself and for your kids and for your grandkids and future generations. And there you have it. Black Krishna BK from manforwars.com. Hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.